Hello and happy Monday.
I'm JR.
I'm Kay.
Today, two topics that I know we're going to talk about is communications and relationship, and the other one is how she likes to plan most of her stuff. 99%.
Most of everything.
There's a few 1% plans that she doesn't plan, but me, I like to shoot from the hip and change up everything, so I like to go with the flow. So we're going to talk about that.
Right. Communication is something that we do have a lot of. We talk about just about everything. Now, I like to, sometimes I approach things carefully because I know that if it's a subject that I know is going to upset him, then I will approach it gently.
Well, I mean, she does, but there's sometimes that she doesn't, and just like most human beings that we know, and we've seen studies that some people don't know how to use their words correctly, and they come off as mean or not right what they're trying to talk about. But communication is a key thing in a relationship, whether it's marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, daughter, father, son, friends. Communication is a big deal when it comes to maintaining a healthy relationship with anybody or anything, because, you know, if you don't know what's going on, you know, how can you either help or, you know, be there for somebody if the communication's not there? I think that's one of the big things in a relationship, no matter if it's friendship or marriage or anything. Just communication is a big thing.
Right. We like to talk about everything, even when like I said, even if it's a touchy subject, we still talk about everything and try and keep things open so that we know what's going on with each other. When I'm not, especially right now, I am in my 3rd week of recovery, and I started a new stage of my diet last week, and it's been difficult for me. I wanted texture for my food, but I'm finding that it's difficult to add it in because I get so full so fast. One bite, I get full, and he's being supportive, but he's also trying to remind me that I've got to get the calories in and got to get nutrition in without over.
Well, I said it's not so much the calories; it's more of your protein and your and your electrolytes. That's more important than the calories. You can eat 900 calories and still get your 130 grams of protein.
Right. And I have been.
What other nutrients they want you to get.
Right.
You can still eat 900 calories right now, but still get your other nutrition.
Right.
And you know, as your weeks go longer and longer, you'll start adding more foods.
Right.
You'll get the calories and the nutrition.
Right.
Like once you're able to eat like a decent sized piece of chicken, that'll give you the calories and the nutrition. Once you eat solid foods.
Right.
Because the liquid, I think, it takes away a lot of the calories.
Right. And it's important for us to talk about things. And I get frustrated because sometimes I feel like he's harping on things, but I know he's not. In my head, I know he's not. I just feel like sometimes he's like harping, going on and on, but I know it's because he's trying to communicate to me,
because I've been through this,
right, that, you know, he knows how I'm feeling, and that I need to just be patient with,
especially what you told me yesterday when we was out running around. You told me you was trying to focus on listening to your stomach and not going by a timer.
Right.
So this morning is why I reminded you of what you told me yesterday. Right. Because you said you want to try to learn, you want to start learning to not go by a timer and go by your stomach and by your body.
With this diet, I really can't do a timer, because it's just when my body digests something, I cannot eat until my body digests the food. And I mean, no matter how much I would want to, I can't. I have this overwhelming just fullness that I cannot put something else in my mouth. When I'm eating, it takes me an hour to eat an egg right now, because I have to wait for part of it to digest before I can eat another bite. And I mean, and I know that sometimes I take it the wrong way when he's trying to help, but we still try and keep that communication open. We still try and keep talking, even though I get frustrated. He gets frustrated with me sometimes when I talk to him about his diet. But I mean, we do it because we want to keep talking about things and keep communication open, even though we get irritated with each other.
And another thing about communication is we're at that point of 5 years together, 1 year.
6 years together.
No,
1 year married.
5 years together, 1 year married, so 6 total. That's what I was getting at.
Right.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Most times, you know, I can look at her and sometimes, not all the time, figure out that she's not, like, something's on her mind. You know, and when if you can get to a point in your relationship, whether, like I said, whatever kind of relationship you're in, that you can pinpoint when something's bothering your significant other or your mom or dad or brother or sister or best friend or friend, you know, you can approach them. You can figure out, you know, like, say, hey, what's wrong? If they say they don't want to talk about it, then don't bother them. Right. But at least you acknowledge that something's bothering them, so you can it alters how y'all interact during the day. Because if I know something that I didn't do, but something's on her mind, I'll try to approach her different. But me, I have no easy way of putting my words together, because when I talk, I've said this many times all of my life, that
no filter.
I don't mean to come off as sarcastic or mean or bullyish, or it's just I don't know how to talk that type of talk with somebody unless they started with me first. Right. But I still have trouble mincing my words.
And most of the time I kind of know what you're talking about, even when you don't have the right words, even when you don't say the right words. But sometimes, depending on my mood, sometimes depending on my emotions, I take things the wrong way. And I'm a Pisces. I'm a very emotional person. And I take things the wrong way, and I know that I do it, but a lot of times when I go back and go, wait a minute, that's not what he meant, you know, and I do that because I know that he doesn't always, that you don't always know the right way,
right words to assimilate to the situation.
Right.
It's like, you know, and I've had that issue as far back as I can remember. Right. I mean,
and see, I have the opposite, because my parents fought most of my life, and between me and my brother, we played go-between, so we learned from a very young age how to take someone's words and translate it into how...
My mom and stepdad used to argue a lot.
I know, but you didn't get in between them like my brother and I did.
Well, I did, but I always told my stepdad if he ever I told him I'd hurt him if he hit my mom. That's the way I inserted myself. I didn't try to break it up.
Most of the time, my brother and I would try, and we knew what...
try to de-escalate the situation.
Right, de-escalate it and kind of translate what one was saying to the other, because a lot of times they were saying the same things, but because they were using different words, it was causing an argument when they were saying the same thing. And my brother and I learned how to translate and make them see that they were talking about the same thing. Yeah,
we go through that sometimes. I mean, that happens to us sometimes.
I know, but I did learn. I learned that from a young age, and I still now sometimes I don't. My brain is a little whacked.
Like
sometimes.
When I'm in the living room and you're in here, and I call your name 3 times. I don't automatically assume, I don't think that you're not hearing me. I don't know if you have the headphones on. I don't know if you're in the bathroom. Right. And then I get a little agitated at first, but when I come in here and I'm like, oh, wait, you're in the bathroom. That's why you didn't hear me.
Right.
So instead of jumping to conclusions, find out why,
Right.
I mean, I get irritated when you don't hear me, but I don't also know if you're in the bathroom or you got headphones on.
And we are human, and we get in moods sometimes. You get in moods, I get in moods, and you're quitting smoking, and
it's been what
you're quitting smoking. I'm going through this recovery, and it's
almost 19 days since I had a cigarette,
and I've always been one to know everything that's going on with my body. And right now, recovering from the surgery, my body's doing things I don't know what's going on, and it's acting in ways that it hasn't acted before. And I know it's major surgery. It's major, you know, major things are going on inside of my body. And I have to deal with the fact that I have to just let my body heal itself. And that's frustrating for me. And then it gets on my nerves, you know, it radiates. It radiates through but it radiates into my moods and how I deal with everybody in the house.
Because it's like the doctor told me when I went through this. It's changing. It's not really a diet per se after the weight loss surgery. It's your whole lifestyle has changed. Your whole lifestyle
changes. But right now, while I'm healing, and I know, and you know, while you're healing, your body does things differently than after it's already healed. Like my doctor told me, you know, I'm not going to lose a vast amount of weight
in the first month.
In the first month while I'm healing, because my body's using all that energy and all that nutrition and everything to heal itself. And it's just, I've never been through this type of major surgery before. So I don't, you know, it's my body's reacting in ways that I'm not used to, and it gets frustrating to me, and it's difficult for me to sometimes figure it out.
Right. And, you know,
and you've been good about, you know, listening to what's going on and trying to explain to me.
I'm trying to.
And even though I don't always listen, and I admit sometimes I don't always listen, I think you're just harping, but I do try to listen. I know you've been through this.
What did your therapist and your psychiatrist tell you?
Right. My therapist and my psychiatrist are always telling me, listen to John. He's trying to help you.
Right.
So,
I've been through this. I mean, there's nothing that you are doing that I haven't experienced.
Right. And I know
the only thing that you won't experience that I came from this is I
you were much bigger.
No, not that. Mm-hmm. You don't have a gallbladder.
Right.
I wound up getting small gallstones. That's the only thing that you won't experience that
I experienced. But I still have to be careful
right.
about the seasonings that I use, because I made chicken. The chicken that I made today, under normal circumstances, I would have put pepper on it, but I know that I can't use that now. I can't use pepper.
You mean ever?
Ever. Yeah, pepper really causes me pains. You can use pepper, but I can't. You still have a gallbladder, so your body.
But before your surgery, you was using pepper.
Not that much. No,
There's some in the seasoning you make.
Yes, I put cayenne pepper, but not black pepper. I have some cayenne pepper in my Cajun seasoning that I use, but I don't have a lot in there. And when I make food for you and for Marcus, I typically add extra cayenne seasoning that I don't use for me or for your mom, because your mom doesn't have gallbladder either.
I put on hers, I put onion and garlic, and I put a little black pepper, but not much.
I would not put black pepper on hers, because black pepper is not good for somebody who does not have that gallbladder. It's not good. So I don't use, and I try not to use. Now I do on occasion use, like I have some Cajun cayenne pepper in my Cajun seasoning. It's not a lot though. Like I said, typically when I use the Cajun seasoning, I put a little bit of the normal seasoning for everybody, and then I take yours and Marcus's, and I add extra cayenne to those, because the two of y'all like that cayenne and that pepper.
Yeah, but I have to be careful, because
I don't put as much as on his, right? Because you do.
It could cause them to flare up.
Right.
And right now, with the stuff that's going on, I can't afford to have a surgery.
Right.
Because I just can't. It's financially it wouldn't break us financially, but it would put a little strain on us, but we get out of it.
Right.
But back to the thing about communication now, and another thing is what we're talking about is I like to just go with the flow.
Right.
In the morning when I wake up, I open my eyes. The only thing that I have planned is going to the gym and going to plasma.
Right.
Anything else,
you just kind of shoot
I just go with the flow. I mean,
right. And see, last night I didn't go to sleep until 1:30, because I spent almost from about 11:30 until 1:30 planning out my entire day today, what I want to do, because basically I'm working on 3 separate videos today that are this video that's going up on Monday. I have a video going up on Wednesday for me, and then a video going up on Thursday for my weight loss channel.
And for any new viewers, that's Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yes.
He's
the puppy.
He's the dog of the house.
But I'm working on all 3 of those videos today because I'm doing some recipes. I'm doing a day in the life, which is what I've been doing most of the day today. We're working on this video. I'm also doing household and editing and emails and affiliate and just all kinds of different things. And I spent most of the night last night organizing in my head what I wanted to do. I have notebooks on the desk that that spell out exactly what video clips go into which videos and things like that. And I like to be organized. I keep alarms.
She's organized, yeah.
Yeah.
I keep
organized. Calendars and alarms, and I just want to know what I need to do, because if I don't, but the thing is, because of the bipolar disorder, the way my bipolar affects my mental capacities, I have to do that, or I will sit down and tonight and go, oh wait, I forgot to do this, and I forgot to do that, and I forgot to do this, because I didn't remind myself.
And I guess my bipolar is the opposite, because I come inside and I take my keys, my wallet, and just drop it wherever. Kitchen table, coffee table.
And I want to have a place for everything. I have hooks by the front door for our mask. I have
you try. I give it to you. You try to be as organized as you possibly can.
Right. Not all. I don't. I mean, the living room table still gets messed up. There's still things that I kind of don't keep as organized.
The important things that you use in your everyday life is organized.
Right.
But the stuff that you sporadically use, like say you use a vacuum 3 times a month. You don't have that, but you don't have that in the same place every time, because it's not something you use more than once a week.
I need to vacuum right now, but the vacuum cleaner weighs 25 pounds, and I can't really do that right now because I'm not supposed to be moving around more than 10 pounds.
Right, but I'm not saying that.
I know,
I'm saying,
but
the vacuum, or we don't have a lot of tile in the house, so you don't have to worry about the mop bucket and the mop being in the same place all the time, because you don't use it all the time.
This place, and this place isn't small, but the space is used wrong to me in this house, and the kitchen is so small, we can't fit much more into our kitchen. We don't have a dedicated pantry. Our dining room and kitchen and living room are all kind of one room, and what is he doing?
I was looking at the time.
And it's just that, but then our living room is huge. And this bedroom is a decent sized room, but there are 5 doors into this bedroom, so you can only put the bed in one place, and you can only put certain things in certain places because the space is just not used efficiently, and it bugs me in this house. That's one thing. When we buy our own house, our house will definitely be arranged better. Even if I have to design our own house, it will be better, because one thing that I've learned from watching organization videos and reading organizational books is, if you have a dedicated spot for everything, it's easier. Even for you, if there's a dedicated spot for things, it's easier for you to find things and put things away. And you put dishes away, and it's easier for you.
But what do I need? For me, what do I need to find? All I need to know is where the heart keys are and my wallet is. Period.
I know. But you need to know where your masks are.
Well,
you like to know where your hats are. I know. But the masks are by the front door because I have them organized to be by the front door on hooks. We each have our own hooks.
I don't put them there when I come home. They wind up on the kitchen table. They wind up on the on the entertainment center by the TV.
Right.
I mean,
but I like to
they eventually get back there when you see them and
when
move
I
them.
see them and put them back. Right. But it's still it makes things easier when things happen.
But I've always been disorganized. I've never in my life, as far as back as I can remember, have been an organized type person. But you don't want to do the work to organize, but you like things to be organized. It don't bother me if it's organized. You like things to be organized because you like to know where like your drawers. You want to know where your drawers are, where your underwear is, where your shorts are. In your closet, you like to have your compression shirts in front. You even said that this morning, that I hadn't put your compression shirts in the front of your tank tops. You like to have your clothes organized. You don't want to do it.
because that's my job to do. But you still like things to be organized.
I don't get fussy if they're not, though.
No, but you still like it to be organized.
I'm not obsessive about it. If they're not organized,
I am obsessive about it.
I mean, you're the one that organized my shirts on one side, my pants on the other. I didn't ask you to do that.
I know, but it makes it easier for you to find what you're looking for.
I've got more clothes than I've ever had in my life, so it's like I don't even. Too. I mean, if you.
I went through last weekend and I counted. I have 33 tank tops. I have 25 t-shirts. I have 15 pairs of pants. I've never had this much clothes, but I also organize everything so that when I'm looking for pants or skirts, I know exactly where to go. Just like you, when you're looking for your pants or your shirts.
But I still don't color coordinate. I don't coordinate my outfits.
I tried to color coordinate.
I'll throw on a lime green shirt with a pair of gray pants, or red jogging pants with a gray shirt. I mean, I don't never coordinate my outfits.
No, I do like to stay color coordinated. My closet, I try to keep my closet color coordinated, but it doesn't stay that way. My clothes, on the other hand, I do try and keep color coordinated. I like the bedroom. I like black, white, and gray. If you haven't been able to tell, I love black, white, and gray. That's how I like to organize things. But I'm trying to get you into more
like blues, royal blues.
Right, and some of I do have colors in my clothes now. I don't think I'll ever be comfortable wearing fluorescent colors or neon colors.
No, but blue, but dark blue, royal blue, purple, violet.
I like pink. I do like pinks. I do wear pinks on occasion. I have quite a few pink tank tops. But I mean, a lot of times I have to be in a mood. Most of the time my moods are gray, black, and white. That's just how I have always been. I've always been accused of being black and white, and that's just how.
Well, me growing up, my colors was blue, black, white, khaki, and some gray, but it was mostly blue, black, and white.
Right, and see, I have blue, but I've gotten more into camo stuff. I have my camo outfits.
More camo than I got.
Right, I have I think 2 camo outfits, and I want to get a pair of shorts. But I mean, I'm trying to branch out, but I'm never going to be one who likes bright colors. I had a bright red shirt when I was growing up that I wore, but that was about as bright as I got.
And I got the neon green shirt and
and that's not comfortable to me.
Neon green, neon purple.
And I like pink, but I like pastel pinks. I do like dark blue. I like dark blues. I like light blues. It basically depends on my mood. Sometimes I like to have pastel colors, and other times I like dark colors. But as far as loud colors, I'm just never been one.
I only own that one shirt that's light. I own like a bright pinkish orange shirt or whatever.
Yeah. And then you have the green one.
Right. I don't have a lot of loud colors.
No, I do have that one orange shirt that I think I've worn once or twice that's really bright. But other than that, I don't own a lot of real bright colors. But I still like things organized though. I have, like I said, I have notebooks up here on the desk, and I have calendars, and I have alarms. I swear I have at least 12 alarms.
Well, besides me, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday going to the gym, and then Monday and Friday going to plasma. Other than that, I don't. Most of my day, I just, whatever happens, it happens, and
see, I don't like that. I want to know what I'm going to do.
You can't plan for everything.
I know that, and it frustrates me when things come up that's not planned.
But that's life.
But then this past week, I've been getting restless being in the house, and I've been wanting to get out and go and do things more. And it does mess with my schedule. I mean, it messes with my eating schedule. It messes with my editing schedule.
I told you, if somebody was to call us up and say, hey, next Friday, you want to go fishing? My response would be like, call me Friday and ask me that morning.
And see me, I'd be like, okay, let me write it in.
Right.
Let me put it on the calendar.
And me, I'd be like, call me Friday morning and make sure, because I don't like this. As much as I hate to say it, yeah, I may be an a-hole sometimes. I may be sarcastic. But I just don't like going back on my word.
Right.
If I tell you I'm going to be there for some god-awful reason, if I can't make it, it has to be a death in the family or an accident. If not, I'm going to be there.
Right.
Well, unless somebody's driving, then I have to say no.
Now, I do, it does, I don't know how to explain it. When I do schedule things, it also depends on my anxieties too, whether or not I can do it. Because I'll schedule something, and then the next thing you know, if my anxiety starts acting up, or if my panic disorder starts really acting up, I can't do it. You know, it's like, okay, I've got to call somebody and tell them I can't make it because my heart feels like it's going to jump out of my chest because I'm having.
You mean the closer it gets to that day?
Yeah. It does, and I've had that all my life. I've had to cancel plans with family members. You know, I've canceled plans with family. I've canceled plans.
But with this whole pandemic, it's made things worse.
I know.
You know
I know, and my anxiety is just, it gets really bad. And right now, and I talked to my therapist about this today or this past week, that while my body is healing, my brain is reacting differently. There's times I can go into Walmart and I'm fine for 2 hours in Walmart. I don't have a panic attack. I'm fine. And then we go into Burlington the other day. There's barely anybody in the store. And within, 10 minutes of being in the store.
The line was, I think the line
was. No, because I started having a panic attack before I got into the line. And it was like, I started having a panic attack, and there's barely anybody in the store. The store is huge, and there may have been 20 people inside the building. And I just all of a sudden started freaking out.
I think there was more than that.
And I start freaking out, and I'm panicking. And but then because of the way I work, I always, my nerves go to my stomach. And I'm panicking, and then because of the way my stomach is right now, I start getting nauseous because I'm panicking, and then my brain has to calm down, and I have to tell myself, wait, calm down, so I don't throw up all over these clothes, and it kind of calms the panic attack, trying to calm my stomach. And that's where the
communication comes in, because I have to be able to pay attention to your
yeah, because I can't always tell you that I'm having a panic or an anxiety attack.
Well, if you wasn't around me the whole time. You wanted to go look at something while I looked for something else.
Right, I was looking at bras while you were looking at pants.
So I
or you were looking at dresses.
So if you're in my peripheral vision, I have to at least try to pay attention.
Right.
Because, you know, just like you pay attention to me, because you know how I can react to somebody's, you know, getting under my skin. And, you know, like I tell people, I have this balance in my head that, you know, if somebody gets on my nerves, I try to walk away.
Right.
But you know, people can push you.
Right.
So, you know, but yeah, communication is a big thing in our relationship. I don't care how much we fight, how much we argue. It's always good to communicate it out. No matter how long it takes, it's good to communicate your issues, because if you don't, before I met my wife, I went through a period where I was holding things in, and I held, and not just relationship wise, just in life.
Right.
In life, I just held everything out. I didn't talk to nobody, and for 5-6 years, I just held it in, and then I exploded, and I didn't explode on anybody but myself. And I learned from that day forward, even if I got to communicate with somebody I don't know, you know, as long as I get it out of my head, out of my mind, I'm kind of all right. So, you know, communication, no matter what, is a big thing in life with anything, because it keeps things sort of kosher.
Yeah,
but it also helps understand.
It helps your peace of mind as well. Holding things in, you start to internalize it in your brain, but it also messes with your body.
But that's the way I was taught.
I know that, but it can.
That's the way I was raised.
I know, but it can lead to heart disease. It can lead to, and that's why I try to get you to talk when you don't want to talk.
But if you can't talk to somebody, write it down in a journal, write it down in a book. I mean, get on a game and play a game and curse at the game while you're playing a game. I mean, you know, whatever way you can get a peace of mind. I mean, if you're playing, I don't know, get on a game like GTA or Mario Kart, and if one of the enemies kills you, curse at the game. I mean, any way to help, any way to get your peace of mind out.
Right.
You know, find an outlet for it, because I think if holding it in.
Right, holding it in can do things to your body as well as to your mind.
Yeah, I'm not saying rush out. If you don't think you need a therapist, if you only need a vent once a week, find some way to communicate it out.
Right.
Whether it's, you know, take a video of yourself talking to yourself,
right,
and then play it back so you can understand. I don't know, but whatever works for you works for you. Don't let nobody, force anything onto you. When it comes to communication. And like I said, I like to shoot from the hip. I don't like she's always plan what we're gonna talk about. I don't know. You tell me a topic and we go from there. Right. I can talk about anything. I have this thing that I told her when I was in college. I figured out that when my English teacher asked us to write an essay, and he gave us a subject, I could write and write and write and write and write. Can I put the punctuation marks, the right sentences, the right words, the spelling? No, but I can write. I could write you a 5-page essay on any subject. Right. I can talk about anything for hours. Right. But putting it in the right context, that's a whole nother story. So you give me a topic, right, I can just shoot about it. That's why I like to shoot from the hip. Right. So I guess I'll be more of a interviewee than an interviewer, right, when it comes to subjects like anything. I mean, so any new subscribers, share, any new watchers on our page. We have JK Allowed on our Facebook page. We have our YouTube channel. Again, like, share, comment, questions, subscribe. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting this channel to take off overnight because, we're not talking about things that really are controversial, because I can get into that if I really wanted to, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to I don't know how the base audience would react, because I am I like talking about subjects that are very, very controversial and conspiracy and all of this. So, but we'll get into that one day down the road. So, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends.
Right. Comment any questions that you have for us. Like I said, we'll be uploading 3 times a week. Mondays for the 2 of us, Wednesdays for me, Fridays for him, and then I have my weight loss channel that is just K Ford, that you can go check out recipes and how I'm doing with after my surgery. And
I plan on maybe throwing in a few workout videos here and there.
Right.
Like I said, again, I'm no expert when it comes to working out. I have a routine that I have to follow, which is comfortable for me. So we'll just see what happens from there. Right. Y'all have a good day. Happy Sunday. Enjoy your day. Fishing, whatever you want to do, enjoy your day. Whatever makes you smile and makes you happy.
And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.